It was 70 degrees out yesterday and 67 today. And I think I got sunburned. Been spending some time in the community garden with this really nice weather. Oh, that breeze. I just finished up doing a bit of work at the community garden. We're really gearing up to plant all of our frost tolerant things. It is 70 degrees for the majority of this week, but we are still getting freezing temperatures. I think the low tonight is like 28. So still hard freezing. It is not time to garden yet. That's the really hard part about spring here in the Pacific Northwest, is it is very deceptive. And it really helps you practice your patience, and sort of gives me enough time to actually get the garden ready. What we're working on is turning the compost. Morgan took control of that today, which was really nice. It always kind of hurts my back. And I am working on cleaning out beds, and we're testing out a couple different ways of preparing our beds this year. We're trying a couple different cover crops and also tarping or solarizing, and just to see what I like and what is functional going forward. I kind of want to test a bunch of things and see what really works. I started off my gardening journey really watching a lot of people who make content in like the southern United States, which I'm really grateful for those people because it was inspiring. It really kept my fire going. But now that I'm like really getting into gardening, I've realized that a lot of their advice is not at all applicable to where I'm at. Finding content creators who are in my area and my zone is really hard. There's people who are gardening in colder zones like zone 4 and 5, and there's people gardening in warmer climates like 7, 8, and 9. I don't think I found a single content creator who is gardening in zone 6. Don't fact check me on that. I think that maybe I need to do some more searching, because while a lot of that content is super inspiring, it's just not applicable. And some of the stuff that I've tried after watching those videos has just failed horribly. And so I'm kind of just figuring out what I like. Trying out some cover crops because I know that soil is happiest when stuff is growing in it. We also have really heavy clay soil here at the community garden, and the best way to amend that is to add life to the soil. So trying that. Also tried a winter mulch of straw, which seems to have worked a little. We'll see the results of that soon. And we're trying the solarization with the tarp just because we have the tarp, but it is falling apart. And so it's leaving these little plastic bits all over the garden, and that's not my favorite. But we have to give it a shot for science. I am just taking a break here in the shade at the community garden to get some water and stretch a little. Remember that I have a spine, that I don't have to be hunched over. I don't know. Hoping to have compost by the time we plant the summer garden. Right now is early spring gardening. That's all of our frost hardy stuff like cabbages and kales. Probably won't need to amend the beds too much. Something we're doing new this year is doing soil testing. Morgan is really into very technical math, science, and having very concrete evidence of things. And I think that knowing the exact numbers of what's in our soil is not only going to be helpful to me, but it's also going to help scratch that itch for him, because the garden isn't exactly his passion. And although he is really great at pitching in, it gives him a way into the garden in his own way. So we're going to be doing a lot more stuff like that this year. Lots of concrete numbers. I have finalized my garden plan for the year. And I've pulled out all of the seeds for that. So I'm going to be making a video of the plans so that you can see over the season how off the rails that goes. Because you know what they say of the plans of mice and men. Thanks for watching and stay curious. Caw, caw.